Hey everybody, it is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading, and today is Monday, July 22nd, 2024. How you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're going to learn something today. I'm going to do my best. I had a good short trade today on the Qs, on the 3 minute actually today, based upon what was going on with the daily. And if you've listened to this channel before, you've heard me talk a lot about looking at multiple time frames and why multiple time frames are important. If you're looking at a higher time frame and it is running into some kind of resistance level, well, then that may be something to be interested in taking a short trade on a smaller time frame. Or conversely, if on the larger time frame you are going down but you're coming into some type of support level, then switching to a smaller time frame and getting long may be a good entry point for that long. All right, so this is a chart of the Qs on the daily. I have this marked up for my weekend review podcast that I did on Saturday, and if you haven't watched that, check it out. I did a lot of teaching in that and went over all the swing trades that I've had, and both on the daily and the weekly time frames. But I have this marked up for swing trades on the daily, and I guess since we're here, this red area here, this blue area here, these are pretty significant resistance levels that I will be looking at to go short if I get the right price action. But what brought my attention to this trade was this trend line. And I really do like trend line. This is a long-term trend line all the way back here, May 2nd, connected to the bottom of May 31st. And if you run that trend line out, remember this is the daily time frame, if you run this trend line out, you can see that on Thursday and Friday, we broke beneath this trend line. I have a little green area down here. I'm looking for a buyable area. But back to the day trade, so we lost the upward sloping trend line. Now, when you lose an upward sloping trend line and you rally back to it, that trend line that is above you is now resistance. It's not support. A lot of people will short right when it breaks the trend line to the downside. Well, that would have worked for one day, and then it would have clobbered you today on the upside. So I don't look to just short trend lines when they break. I look for them to break, and then I wait for the check back up to the trend line. That is where the resistance level is. And this is exactly how I structured this trade. But just, at the get-go here, what brought my attention to this trade? It was on the daily, we broke the long-term trend line to the downside, and we've rallied back up to it. And I know that when we rally back up to it, there's probably going to be some kind of resistance, and there may be a short trade that is available to me. Okay, so let's go to the intra bars here, or the intraday charts, and you can see that, I hope you can see this anyway. Do you see this line here? This is the daily trend line that I was talking about. Earlier in the morning, we got up to it, closed above it, and then pulled back. But the trade that I took was right here at 482.07. Why? Because the market rallied, it tried it here and lost it, came up here, tested it intra-bar, and then closed back below it. So that is why I took the short trade. Now, I got short at 482.07. As soon as I get short, I always place two stops. First of all, very first thing, I always place my emergency stop 2 ATRs above whatever my entry was. Right now, the 2 ATRs is $1.60, but back here it was a different price because it changes every bar. All right, so I got short 482.07. I placed my emergency stop, the 2 ATR stop, 2 ATRs above. If the next bar just went racing up touched it, I'm out. I already know how much I'm going to lose because I've done the math by taking my maximum allowed loss, dividing by the value of there. So if it gets there, I know exactly what my loss is going to be. The good news is that that 2 ATR stop only happens about 5% of the time in my experience. If I have a loss 95% of the time, it's going to be because it closed above my end of bar stop. So again, this here, 2 ATRs above emergency stop. I'm out the second it hits it. My end of bar stop, I could have gone with two different options. I could have gone with just a close over the trend line or a close over the previous swing high. So I decided just to go with the close over the previous swing high, but it would have needed to close over 482.88. Had it done that, then I'm out. I don't, that's my end of bar stop. It's not as big as the loss as if it hits my emergency stop. Now, you hear me talk a lot about higher lows or lower highs. If I'm looking to get long, I want to look for higher lows. If I'm looking to get short, I want to look for lower highs. Do you see how this bar that tested and failed at the long-term trend line on the daily, do you see how this is lower than this high? Lower highs. If you're looking to short, in my experience, lower highs are the ones that will get you the big move down. Higher lows are the ones that can get you the nice leg up. You can see we went up, rejected the daily trend line that was above us, came back down, got short at 482.07. And again, it is a lower high. You know, in my experience, shorting higher highs really doesn't work. Shorting higher highs is exactly this. This was a higher high. It came down. Sure, there was some money in there, but higher highs tend to go down and then bounce, just like this did. Lower highs tend to trend, just like this trade did. All right, so rejected the daily trend line that was above it, got short, 482.07, placed my emergency stop 2 ATRs above my end of bar stop, simply a close above this previous bar, this swing high here. Now, if I'm risking 2 ATRs maximum, I want to have twice that or more to the downside for my profit target. So this is 4 ATR profit target down here. All right, so four things are going to happen. One, I'm either going to hit my emergency stop. Two, I'm going to close above my end of bar stop. Three, I'm going to hit my 4 ATR profit target. And four, it's going to end up, the end of the day is going to end up, and I'm going to be somewhere in the middle. Maybe a small loss, maybe a small gain, but none of my two stops or my profit target got hit. Well, in this case today, luckily it did hit my 4 ATR profit. So again, got short here, 482.07. We went up a little bit. You know, it's always scary in real time. Here it doesn't look scary, but in real time, you're like, oh, shoot, I think that's going to keep going up. But I knew where my end of bar stop was. It was a close above this swing high. Moved down, feeling a little better. And it's never that easy. Came up again, but then I got the leg down that I wanted, and I did cover at 470. What is that? 478.68. So nice little trade here. Didn't take that long. It was approximately 0.71%. Not too bad. It was $3.41 on the Qs, which is a good trade within, you know, an hour or hour and a half, something like that. So really good trade. So the key is, though, look for those trend lines. Look for the resistance or support on the higher time frames that give you an idea to maybe get long or short on the shorter time frames, just like I did here. So if this was helpful, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. Really helps out the channel, lets YouTube know there's some valuable content here. If you'd like to learn more about my trading, three options. First of all, on Saturday, like I mentioned earlier, I do a weekend review podcast where I go over all the trades that I made from the previous week, the swing trades on the daily and the weekly time frames, when I entered, why did I enter, what was the setup, where were my stops, where was I going to take profits. It's a really good way to learn, because the podcast is sometimes over an hour. So I go into a lot more detail than I do in these short videos. So Saturdays around noontime, they come out. Come and check it out. Totally free. And I think you're going to learn a lot. Secondly, I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a 15-hour course that I've taught for about 5 years now. Taught people from all over the world. I teach you step by step all the different trading approaches that I use. And by the time you're done with the course, you will know how to use them as well. You'll have a new skill. And I think the best way to learn anything is one-on-one with your instructor. And that's why I structured the course this way. So if you're interested, my email is in the link of this video description. Just send me an email. We can get started. And then lastly, I have a great online video course available at udemy.com. The link to udemy.com is in the link of this description. And that video course is 9.5 hours. And I teach you how to trade the deep dip buy stock trading strategy, entries, exits, position sizing, everything. I've sold so many of those around the world and have gotten such good reviews and feedback on that. So that's a really great way to get started. Very affordable too. I think it's somewhere between $30 to $50 depending on the day. So anyway, those three are available to you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free, put them in the comment section. I'll do my best to get back to you, but I really appreciate you being here. I hope you had a good day trading. It was nice to see the bulls have a good day, and God willing, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.